She's India's current erotic fixation. She seduced the camera and the audiences with her debut 2 years ago and has been raising temperatures ever since. A new woman, an exciting star, Bipasha Basu. Hi Bipasha.
Hi.
Lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You know, you're looking sensational.
Okay, thank you, Simi. You too.
All right.
You always do.
Thank you so much. But you know something? I really think there isn't a cosmetic in the world like success and appreciation. Don't you agree?
I do agree.
And love.
Definitely. Definitely. Success puts a kind of confidence in you, I guess. And everybody starts to look much better.
That's true. We met in Calcutta. Do you remember? Some years ago.
Long time back. Yes.
You were a model then.
Yes, I was modeling.
Very quiet, I remember.
Not really. I've been a very talkative girl, but it takes me a little time to, you know, open up and all.
I found you very attractive at that time even. But today there's a whole new aura about Bipasha Basu. Have you changed, or are people seeing you differently?
I think people are seeing me for once. It's not that first, when I started off, I was not known, you know. Slowly, slowly you make a mark in whatever you're doing by modeling. And then I came into the industry, film industry, where like the whole country sees you abroad, people all around. And I guess people get to know you more. But I don't think I've changed in any other way.
No, because here was this girl who wanted to be a doctor and was studying to be a chartered accountant. And lands up being the nation's sex symbol. I mean, that must surprise you or amuse you all.
It definitely does, because sitting at home at times, you know, when you read about yourself, you're like, am I really this? This is like too much. At times, you know, people, the kind of adulation you get, it's kind of at times unnerving, because you think, oh my God, these people really like me. There's like a lot of responsibility on my shoulders. Like I have to look good constantly. I have to, you know, all those things. So sometimes it's a little bit scary.
You brought on a different woman on the Indian screen.
Yes, I would say, I would definitely agree to that. Because right in the beginning, I was labeled as an unconventional face. And I started off with a negative character. And the kind of films that interest me are a little bit different from what a conventional heroine would do.
So this woman you brought on, she's sensual, sexual, very much in control of her body and life.
Yes.
How much is that persona an extension of you as a person and of the times?
Well, one thing I would like to tell you, Simi, I love strong personalities, be it a man or a woman. I would definitely not be attracted to or like to compliment a woman whose personality, whose demeanor is like really weak. You know, it's something that I do not like ever. So for me, it's very important that my personality reflects in the kind of roles that I do. I am not talking about just being sensuous and sexual. It's more than that. It's about a woman being beautiful and at the same time intelligent and doing something which is worth her while.
Being in control.
Absolutely, all the time. I definitely believe that though I'm in the film industry, I have my own set of rules that I follow from the time I was a child to now. And I'm a very stubborn girl. I've never followed the rules even put by my parents as a child.
How does it feel being a sex symbol?
Well, you know, initially it was a very, it was a little bit uncomfortable, because in India, when you are said that you are a sex symbol, you're just that. There's nothing beyond it. Then you are not an actress. Then you're just a sex symbol. That's the way people talk about it. So I was a little uncomfortable in the beginning with it. But as you know, I did Ajnabi, then I did Raz, then I did Guna. And I thought, you know, that I'm doing different kinds of roles every time. But what people see is still that sexy Bipasha Basu. I don't understand that. But I guess, you know, it is a kind of, the personality that I have comes out as such in all the characters that I play. So I have accepted it as a very big compliment. And I always say it, I would love to be sexy even till like, if I'm 180, till the time I live.
I think you will be.
I hope so.
What is it like being a public temptation?
Um, well, the kind of industry we are in, people look up to us, people want to be us, people want to wear what we wear, everything. So it's not that just because, you know, I am being tagged as a sex symbol, that I am the only, that I would be, you know, like a big thing as a temptation for public. It's everybody in our industry.
But you, I would say a sex symbol more so. There is a difference the way we look at the stars.
Yes, I agree, definitely. But you cannot help it, you know. If you have chosen this kind of work and definitely you have the tag of being sexy, then I guess you will be an eye candy for everybody.
Is there a dark side to it?
No, I would not say that because, you know, after an incident that happened in Jaipur with me, and recently I had gone to rain in a restaurant, and there was a guy who was a little like misbehaved with me. People like to touch and see whether these actors are for real or not. I have understood that, you know. It could have happened to a Shah Rukh, a Nash, or anybody. It's not just me. If you are amongst your fans, they would like to touch you, they would like to feel you.
But you feel it's nothing more than that?
No, I do not think so. Absolutely not. So people have to, you know, grow beyond that thought that being sexy is a taboo. I would say it's the biggest compliment. Like in Hollywood, each famous actress, they all term sexy. And there it's not a bad thing. But in India, if you're called sexy, then there's like, oh my God, I think there's something wrong with her.
Your life changed in 1996
Yes.
when you entered the Godrej contest. If Mayor Jesse hadn't persuaded you to do it, probably be writing out income tax returns for year-ending March.
I can't think of it right now doing it because it was kind of boring.
Yes, that's what you
But
were doing, right?
yes, I was doing that, and I couldn't believe that I wanted to study and become a chartered accountant. I had just finished my boards. Meher said that I was selected, and I won the contest. And then I had to go for the
International.
the international. I came third there, and I kept on telling my parents that I'm coming back every week from New York. It was a great high at that point of time, but with time I understood these are the most important years of my life. If I have to become somebody, it's now or never.
So when you came back, was it difficult?
Initially, yes, there were a lot of things, like I didn't have a place to stay, I didn't have much money because all my money was in New York, and I didn't want to take money from my parents, and yet I wanted to be in Bombay, so I was staying in a place called Kalina. It was right back of Beyond's. So the organizers, they put me up there, and I didn't know anybody in Bombay.
But wasn't it frightening to live in a place like that?
It was scary as hell. I was very young. I was, it used to scare me at that point of time.
You didn't tell your parents.
No, I didn't tell them.
Why?
Because they would call me back. They would force me to come back to Calcutta and
So
study.
you didn't tell them the conditions you were living
No,
in?
I didn't.
What did you tell them?
I told them I'm living in a nice place. You know, I never reveal like where I'm staying. They were not so aware of what is what in Bombay, and I
And
just
they thought
stayed
everything
there.
was fine?
Yeah.
And the reality was completely different?
It was very bad.
Why do you say very bad?
It was scary for me then. It was scary because I didn't even know how to take a bus, because back at home we had a car taking us everywhere. We were pretty pampered by my parents. So I had to like figure out where to go to the conductor, how to take the tickets and everything, you know. And that was my life.
You never wanted to quit? Forget it, I'll go back to
No.
Calcutta.
Never. Because I always was on a rise. It was gradual, but I was always moving up very slowly, but definitely. Now I'm staying in a PG in a better place. Now I have a rented apartment. And then I had a car, my first Zen. Then I changed to a Honda City. So it was a growth which gave me, which made me feel proud of my own self.
You know, as we talk, there are girls out there who think that winning a contest is going to just make their lives and it's just going to be hunky-dory after that. But that is not.
That is not true. Absolutely. you know, when you're young, you can get tempted. There's a lot of temptation in our industry, and it's very easy to go wrong. It's for young girls especially, you know, it can just destroy them completely. Their lives can be completely destroyed if they go in the wrong side of life, you know. So it's very important, I feel, that a person should finish their education and know that this industry is not just beautiful and glorious and glamorous. There's a hard side to it. You have to be ready for the struggle.
Were there times when you despaired?
Um, very rarely, but I used to overcome very fast. I used to like let go and cry, like when I went to Paris. The first day I landed there and I didn't know French. I didn't know nobody.
Very brave of you to do that.
Yeah. And my agents didn't come to pick me up. So I went all the way to the address where I was supposed to be, and I left my suitcase in the airport. So I'd taken a bus. I had to go back to the airport by a cab. I was ripped off. A lot of money that guy charged me. I came back, booked myself in a bed and breakfast, and it was fully mirrored. I can still remember that room. And I just burst out crying. And I was crying for 1 hour because I couldn't find a phone card to call my parents. And I was crying and crying, and I started looking at myself, and I looked really weird in the mirror, and I burst out laughing, you know, and it was quite silly, you know. Then I got out and made a call, and they just said, okay, now that you're here, just do what you're supposed to do. And from the next day on, I was fine.
When you don't live with your family, you know, friends become family.
Yes. When I was absolutely a nobody in Bombay, I met my best friend, Suzanne. Susie introduced me to Dino. That's
Yeah,
how,
you met Dino at
yes.
that time.
And till today, they're just the same to me. They are still my very best friends.
And you're still very close to Dino.
Yes. I'm not as much close because we are both working all the time, but we do catch up on the phone.
But he was your first love.
Yes, I would say that, yes. But, you know, as you grow, two people, when they meet when they're young, and when they grow, you know, things change. Their way of thinking towards life, everything changes. So I guess it was not meant to be, and we are happy. We still respect each other. We still are good friends, and nothing's changed.
No, but that's wonderful,
Yes.
Bipasha, because people say, you know, friends can become lovers,
Yes.
but lovers can't always become friends.
I don't believe in that. For me, people who I once loved, I love them for life. Whoever, that could be whoever, you know. And for me, relationships are very important. No matter, I do not want to give a name to any kind of relationship. But if I like somebody, I like them for life. I don't break ties like that.
I think that's wonderful. A lot of people break up with bitterness
Yes,
and
most
hate.
of the time. And it's very difficult for me to understand that.
If films hadn't happened to you, what would your life be like today?
I went through a phase of life where I was absolutely clueless that what I wanted to do in life, because I was really, you know, let me say that I was tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And I wanted to do something new. I was going through the most confused phase of my life. And films happened, luckily.
They were never a destination for you. That wasn't what
Never. It's still not there. In 10 years, I see myself doing something else. I don't want to be a legend. I don't want to be here for life. I want to live my life.
People have tagged you as a bohemian.
I absolutely disagree.
Okay.
Because people who really know me know that I'm not bohemian. I just like to live my life. I like to have fun because I know I'm young right now. And these days won't come back to me. So I like to work. I give 100% to my work. I give 100% to my family. And I give 100% to my friends. And
That's 300%.
to myself. And to myself.
400%.
400%. That's a lot. But I just do what I want to do. That's what I said. I've come here with my own rules.
What are the rules?
Just be yourself. Never be pushed by people to do things. Follow your mind. Believe in yourself. That's it. Maybe people are like hate me for doing that. I don't care. It's my life. I want to live it my way. I'm very clear about that.
How do you strike a balance between your career and your personal life? Can you separate them?
Absolutely. I don't mix it at all. See, I work from early in the morning till 9 in the night, or maybe push it till 10. After that, what I do is my own space.
But when you work with Dino or John, I mean, that's your personal life as well as professional.
Yes, but it is very, you know, you do not get the baggage of your family or friends or the love that you have to the sets.
But if the love is on sets and is acting with you, the personal life is in your professional life.
Yes, but still, you have to have that much of dedication towards your work, I would put it, that not to get your personal life stretched into your profession. Even if you're working with your partner, your spouse, whatever. Even if my boyfriend, even if my ex-boyfriend or anybody could be there, but it's my work. At that point of time, he is a co-star for me.
There's a lot of media attention about your relationship with John. Does that bother you? Does it come in the way of a comfort level with with not your husband? Sorry.
Okay.
But tell me, does media attention affect the relationship?
I guess any relationship, when it's talked about a lot and speculated all the time, I wouldn't say gets into trouble, but it's always, you know, under pressure.
It has to be.
Yes. You know, you have to, I guess, just not be bothered with whatever's written about
Can you be not bothered completely?
I am not bothered anymore. In a short span in the media, I have read so much about myself that I do not react to it. I just laugh at it. I don't care what the world thinks of me. That's what I said some time back, you know. I do what I want to do in life. And as long as people who are close to me know what I'm doing, that's all that matters. It does not matter what the world thinks of me.
Tell me, for a person as, you know, a thinking person, emancipated, somewhat bohemian, as they say,
Okay.
is it difficult to live within the confines of being a public figure?
Not really. It's not very difficult because, as I keep on saying, I have my personal space.
You have your personal space, so when you go out in public, people expect certain whatever, you know, for you to behave in a certain way.
No, I behave in the same way that I am.
Have you changed your life now to accommodate your being a celebrity?
No, not really. Till like few months back also, I did almost everything that I always used to do. Is to go out to discos alone.
Alone?
Alone means with friends. Like, I do not need somebody right next to me all the time, a man next to me. I dance on my own with my friend and go walk on the roads, go to Linking Road.
You used to take a rickshaw, I believe.
I still take.
Are you joking?
On my birthday, 7th of Jan, my driver was not there. I remember. After a long time, I took a rickshaw to my friend's place, my
What
best
did the
friend's
rickshaw
Suzanne's
guy
place.
say?
Well, sometimes they recognize you. And you know, I believe that if you just be yourself, people don't expect you to be there. So they don't recognize you all the time. If I'm out on my own, I behave normal, like a normal person would. Jeans, t-shirt, you know, like you would see several in Bandra. Same. The same things that I used to do, go to Karachi Walas, have Golgappa. I still do all of them. But when appreciation and liking turns a little more violent at times, you know, like when I go to other cities, I need a little bit of security. I've realized that I'm not that strong that I can protect myself all the time.
Tell me, what attracts you in a man?
I guess the person has to be very down to earth for me to like him in the first place. Could be the most famous man in the world and intelligent, definitely. And the sense of humor is very important because I have a very wacky sense of humor. I'm absolutely mad, you know.
Yeah, I believe you are. And I can
Yes,
tell
I
you.
am. But yeah, my madness does not show in my films all the time and not even in my interviews. But there is a very strong mad side of me. And the person, the kind of guy I would be with or I would like has to be a little mad to like me.
And I believe you're a great mimic.
Ah, who told you about that?
I don't reveal my sources.
Great mimic. Who do I mimic now?
I think you mimic John.
I mimic John? Ah, yeah, because there's certain gestures that John makes which are like pretty funny. When he's angry, he shakes his head and all those things. It's quite funny, the way he is. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, What makes a relationship work for you?
Mm, the kind of industry we are in, I guess understanding, absolute understanding of each other is a must.
Absolutely.
Otherwise it will never work. And trust, because two people can be like in two different places all the time and not knowing what the other one's up to at times, not being able to make
And with
calls
all the
and things.
temptations in this industry.
Yes, and all these attractive people around you all the time.
And the location shoots.
Yes. So I guess the trust and understanding is the key factor of a relationship.
Yeah. Any rules?
Rules for relationship?
Yeah.
No. Definitely make a point to meet each other, like definitely within 15 days. Not more than that ever. Never stretch it
15
more
days
than
is
that.
a long time.
Yeah, but the kind of work you are in, if you know, have a boyfriend in the industry, it's very difficult.
Tell me, can you be alone? Or is love essential to happiness? Being in love is essential to happiness?
Being in love is very essential to everybody, and especially to me. It is a very, very big part of my life. Being in love makes me go. It is my driving force.
And at this stage of your life, where you're at now, is love more important or your career?
Love definitely is first.
Really,
Yes.
Bipasha?
Yes,
Love is first.
definitely, always.
Would you give up? Would you sacrifice your career for love?
Well, my love is, I don't think my love would be like that they would demand me to leave my work. Love, relationship, understanding, it all goes hand in hand. So I guess a person I love would never let me, you know, would never force me to leave something that I like.
If you had to choose between love and your career?
I don't know, but love is definitely my priority, always. And it will always be.
Well, wish you all the best of luck in your life.
Thank you.
It's been lovely.
Yes.
And thank you for this rendezvous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.